Johannes, thanks for your time. We're here after a good workout. I think we just had a chat with you there. I mean, give us your overall thoughts. Obviously the result, but it's not about the result at this stage of pre-season, but you got what you wanted from the exercise tonight.
Of course, we didn't get the start that we wanted. I think we were a little bit too sloppy on the ball. I think maybe also the speed of the game were a little bit too much for us in the beginning, but I'm praised with the way that we responded after these 10 very, very hard minutes in the beginning. And I think actually from minute 10 to 45, we looked like a team, we created chances and should also have scored goals. So I think before we left the hotel this afternoon, I said to the players, expect that it will be a tough game, expect that there will be good moments for us in the game, but also expect that we have to work hard in moments as well.
And it obviously Northampton, very different in terms of opposition level, but you probably, fair to say, you'll get more out of that exercise because you'll see your players under stress up against a really good team who pressed them, didn't give them time. You maybe learn a little bit more about your group.
Yeah, definitely. We see the players who can cope with press like this, with intensity in the game like this, and we also see where we have to improve and where we have to be better. And it's good to get these answers in pre-season. All respect to Northampton. It was also an important one for us to get started, but this is the level where our ambitions is to get up to this level or to be able to compete on this level. So it's important for us to get some answers in a game like this.
And it wasn't just the fact you're playing, obviously, the champions of Belgium, but it's the champions of Belgium. I think I'm right in saying that was their final pre-season game. That they're further along in terms of their fitness levels and preparation.
Yeah, and we knew that. They have a important game already here in the weekend, but that's not for us to dig much or too much into because it's not really important. It's important we get this high-level game, which is important for us, so we get some answers. Who can cope with it? The way that we want to build the game, the way that we want to control the game, is that possible against a team like this? Where do we need to keep our focus for the upcoming training weeks and so on? So, of course, result-wise, it's also important to have that in mind. We should not lose too many games, and we should not be a team that is used to losing games. But I think if we just put that aside for a second, then I actually think it was an okay evening here.
You said to us after the Northampton game, you were quite open that the first 2 weeks or so of pre-season has been all about on the ball, what you can do, can you create chances, can you score goals?
Yeah.
Fair to say you probably haven't done too much in terms of out of possession, and maybe was that part of it, maybe that first 10 minutes or so tonight?
Yeah, I think so. We had some positions that were not well enough, we were not working collective enough. Got a little bit too man-orientated in some situations, but also a little bit too passive, which we of course need to look at. We started with defensive stuff yesterday, so we have to use a couple of weeks more to get ready and to get players to understand the movements and positions and so on. But still, also some very, very good counter-attacks for us, some transition moments we should have scored in first half on one of these big chances we had, coming from high pressing and us intercepting. So again, some good stuff, some bad stuff, and definitely a good learning game for us.
Certainly outside the camp, you line up the eye-catching name was Adam Eder, his first sort of minutes of this season, but also since the turn of the year, because we know in between he's been out to Celtic. Just give us your initial thoughts on how he went tonight, and obviously now you've had a chance to work with him. Where are you with him at the minute?
Yeah, like I said in the beginning of the season, we consider Adam as an important player for us. So that's why he got these 30 minutes today, which was important for him to get started, to get back in the rhythm, nice and easy. He have had more or less one full training week, so that was also why we were pretty sure that it will only be half an hour today. And then hopefully on Saturday we can build him up to a little bit more, because I think from watching his qualities and what he can do, he will be an important player for us.
Yeah, and on that point, you said before you'd actually had a chance to work with him, I like some of the things in his game. I think that could map quite well with my style of football. Yeah. Did we see evidence of that tonight? An ability to play with back to goal, bring others into play, running behind?
Yeah, I think of course we have to take into consideration that this is the first 30 minutes for him in a long while, and that's also what we expected. He would be better, but I think he showed some signs of what we can get out of him. We gave him a couple of passes where he needed to chest it, control it, hold it, give layoffs, and then for us to progress the game. I think he did well in that sense. We could have used him even more in the offensive part of the game, but I think that will come. That's from what I see, just a matter of time, actually.
You said, reaffirmed it there, he's our player, we know that. We also know that the story and the Celtic links and outside the camp there is that speculation. Is it the same situation as you said to us at the weekend with Sarah, with Rowe, with any of those players? can't control that. Don't focus. Don't worry about that. Just do what you can do, which is go out and play for Norwich.
Exactly. So that's the easy answer. That's the only thing, and that's also what I see from the players. I said to you last Saturday the same, that they're working hard, they're professional, they really want to learn about the way that we want to play. They're really into it. So of course we work with them as Norwich players as they are. So we cannot control the market and which clubs will be interested in which players. We don't know. So let's not waste time on that.
But with Adam, I mean, do you, or have you done, will you do you feel it's necessary to just sit down with him and just chat through that aspect of it? Look, listen, don't worry what's happening outside the camp. Just come in, work hard, and whatever will be, will be.
Yeah. Me and Adam, we sit down quite often, so we have some good conversations already. He's a good kid. He's working hard, and he's funny as well, and he gives some energy to the group, and you know, definitely we could also see what kind of striker that he is, and we will definitely also use him in the season. So that's what we work with. Yeah.
Not involved tonight, but good that you've got the Scottish boys in the camp again, and now, and obviously Nacho as well, Marcelino Nunes.
Yeah, fantastic. It's just, again, I will say, looking at the team today, it's so important for us to get some answers. We have an idea of where the players are, what they can do, strengths, weaknesses, and so on. And now, of course, just we can add even more quality from tomorrow when we start training with the Scottish boys, who were actually also in the day before we left. So it's good. You know, the harder decision for the coach at the end, the better.
Obviously Nunes is back. No Josh Sargent yet. Is there a? You know, can you give us an idea when he might be back in with the group?
What day is it today? It's
Wednesday.
it's Wednesday. He'll be back on Monday together with Cordoba.
Good news. Two absentees tonight who were involved on Saturday. Shane Duffy, Christian Fashnacht. Anything there?
Yeah, again, Fassi had a little knock to his leg the other day in training. So for that reason, we didn't want to play him. We don't take any risk here in preseason. There's no need for that. Shane the same, had a knock in the game. Actually had a couple of trainings with us, but felt it again. So the same with him, no risk.
Yeah. And just in the game, towards the end of the game, young Miles, did he do anything there? Because he came on and had to come off again.
What do you call it here? A dead leg? Is that
Yeah,
I think he had a dead leg. Okay. I think that was the reason.
Yeah, it's good to learn all these new English words.
Yeah. That's the tricky part, you know. Injuries, all these, you know, terms of different stuff. But it's getting better, hopefully.
But all in all, obviously the first game of two out here. You know, you're training in between. Do you feel, you know, by the time you go home, obviously at the end of the weekend, you'll have got plenty out of this part of pre-season?
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, with all respect to Northampton, but we prefer to play games in pre-season against teams like this, where we really can see, okay, where are we as a team, where are we as individuals, what worked well, where do we have to focus to be even better, and so on. Because again, at the end of the day, our ambition is to be able to compete with guys like this. And I think actually it was able to see in moments of the game today that we could hurt them, we could create chances. But then of course also we learned the lesson when they went up to speed, when they played fast, where we can be even more solid. So I think it was a good game for us. Exactly what we needed, I would say.
Final one. It's the stock question, the one I said I'd ask you every presser between now and August the 30th. Where are we with that left back? You said there was a lot of phone calls. Are any of those phone calls born through?
Yeah, and there is. But again, also with all respect to the players that we already have, that's where my focus is at the moment. Of course, everyone can see we maybe need some strengthening in that position. I think it's just a matter of when everything gets sorted, and it's the right player and the right timing and the right quality that we need. So that's my answer here for now.
So Callum Doyle could be that player, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't waste that much time on that. I'm in the meetings when I'm needed. Otherwise, I focus on the teams and the players that we have. It's the most important for now. The transfer window is long, and it will last until the end of August. So if I was spending too many hours and too much time on that, I will forget my team, and that's not something I can do.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.